think we are live. All right, guys, welcome back to the Anthony Spade Reactions channel. This is the Sigma Nation podcast. Sigma males are introverted alpha males that are focusing on self-improvement and accomplishing their dream while learning the red pill knowledge at the same time. All right? And these are the traits that I represent, and these are the type of guys that I represent here. We don't play video games, and we don't waste our time wasting our life arguing and debating with people. It's strictly dream chasing over here. All right? Today, we're going to be talking about how men can strengthen themselves so nothing can hurt or tear them down. Now, before I get started, I need everyone to tell me exactly how the microphone sounds. Is it too loud? Is it too low? If it's perfect, press 1. And if I need to adjust it or move it around a little bit, press 2. Let me know what's going on for everybody that's in here. We have 38 people in here with 36 likes. I really do appreciate that. Once I start the lecture, all I ask is that you don't ask any questions. The only way to get my attention will be to donate. That way I see the colors coming up. Every now and then I may glance to see somebody say something and respond to it. I'm going to try not to do that today. So today I really want to get in the lecture, but I want everyone to be respectful. As I get towards the end of the lecture, then I would tell guys, hey, go ahead and put a Q. Go ahead and ask your question and make sure that you put a Q in front of the question. You want your question answered whenever you want it, donate to the channel. I stop what I'm doing and I automatically answer your question. For the ladies that are coming in, please be respectful because this is Sigma Nation. This is a different group of guys over here. All that debate, arguing back and forth, fuck that. We ain't doing that over here. All right? This is the creme of the creme. This is the top level man here. Big shout outs to Regular Dude, a regular. He is definitely in the building right now. Y'all make sure y'all put some respect on that man. He does have a wrench. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love and definitely give my other moderator, Keandre, some love. He's in here day in and day out. All right, ladies, just be respectful. We do welcome women over here because I do believe that you need the knowledge too, but stop all the trolling. Most people can't comment until they subscribe anyway. Okay, today we're going to be talking about how men can strengthen themselves so nothing can hurt or tear them down. And this is where a lot of men in society needs help at, because it's more mental than it is physical. The same type of guy that may feels like he's too fat. There's a fat guy out there that's very confident and very rich and get all the women. For every guy that believes that, oh, I'm too short to do anything, there's a lot of short guys out there that are very successful and get a lot of women and become the best version of themselves. Whatever flaw that you want to say about yourself, there is someone else in the world, multiple people who have that same flaw and have overcome that flaw to live out their dreams and become a very successful person. So what does that mean? There is no excuses. I always use this saying, all right? And I just got out the gym. I always use this saying. Your mother and father brought you into this world. Your death would be based on your decisions. And that's the truth. So a lot of children now that are being raised by their parents and the parents are not raising them right, the parents one day are going to say, hey, you got to think on your own, even though we haven't trained you to be in society, even though we haven't made you strong, even though we haven't made you dependent. We've just loved you, but we haven't prepared you for the rest of the world, and you have to get out there and live the rest of the world. See, parents don't ever think down the road what they want their children to be. Let me take that back. A thorough parent does. They care what their children's going to turn out. And if their children don't turn out, then 9 times out of 10, they go to disown the child. But most parents are just parents, and the children are just products of their thinking. See, a lot of parents are selfish. They're having children just for the baby phase. They want to take it to the grocery store so people can see it. They got something to bring to the family reunion so everybody take turns passing it around and they love it. When children are little kids, women get a lot of attention and it makes them feel good. But as these children get older, not too many parents know how to keep raising their children, how to make them strong, it turns into, I love my kids so much, look at him, he's so adorable, to what can I do to distract him from getting on my nerves? And that's what a lot of parents have done, is that they have given up raising the child in order to go to work and provide money, that when they get off work, they're so tired that they just need something to distract them from the pain of going to work. They don't want to deal with their kids no more. This is why so many kids have been chipped up. You've been put inside of a computer. It started out with the tablets, then it goes to cell phones. Next thing you know, you were out to eat. Your mother, your parents were giving you cell phones for you to sit at the table so everybody can eat, so you don't bother everybody. So that's what's been happening to kids, is that the parents go to work. They work so hard. They're stressed out that they eat bad food themselves. They're getting fat, so they're getting tired all the time. And they don't want to deal with the kids. So they're sticking the kids in front of these computers as distractions. So children are growing up on the computer, but the computer is not making you emotionally ready for real life, because when your parents should have been taking you into real life to train you, they just distracted you from the reality. So now we have a generation of men who have been distracted through the computer. They've been on the computer so long, you stay on the computer, that you've developed a sensitive mindset because you became weakened from reality. So today I'm going to be telling you how to correct that, what you need to do to correct that, because that's going to be one of the biggest corrections that you need in order for you to be happy. A lot of you guys think just so you're smart and you could debate people and correct sentences, grammar, or you see somebody say something, you go do the research, you find a loophole, you come back and you type in disagreement. Oh, I disagree because of this. I disagree because of that. Okay, a lot of you have made your life that. And I'm sorry to say, but that's not happiness. That's depression. When you cannot go live in a physical form, but you do nothing but comment and debate about a physical life, that's misery. That's depression. That's just like me commenting on a lifestyle that I don't live. This is what bots are doing online. They have so much to say about what's happening in real life, but yet you're not even living real life. You're living inside of a room. You're living inside of a computer, but you have so much to say about society. But everybody that's living in society, they not perfect people. You trying to correct them. It's a sad ass way to live. All right. So today we're going to get to the first thing. We're going to talk about why men need to develop a strong sense of self. All right. That's going to be the first part of the lecture that I'm about to get into, is developing a strong sense of self. We got 108 in here with 91 likes. Let's go ahead and get those likes up and get those donations up as I continue to talk. First sign of having a strong sense of self, you have to understand your moods. All right. You have to understand when you are moody, because a lot of guys, you're moody just like women. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. It all depends on what's happening that day, what side of the bed you woke on. Once you understand that you are having mood swings, you have to learn to adjust to those mood swings. Why? Because if you do not correct your moods, you're going to always be making bad decisions. All the emotional people make bad decisions from an emotional point of view, because they start thinking, what can I do to make me emotionally happy right now? That's all it is. So if somebody wake up and they're aggravated because something didn't go nowhere, they're going to say, what can I do to make myself happy right now? And 9 times out of 10, if you ain't going to the gym, you can't go do something recreational in real life to get it out of you, to get over it, drive a car you want, go to the gym, go bike riding, or do something that you love to do in a physical form to get over that pain, you're going to be left like, all right, I'm having a bad day. I'm just going to, nothing else for me to do because I'm stuffed in my room. Let me just go online. Let me go online and piss people off. Let me go online and troll, because you have no other way of expressing your moods. This is why people go to the gym when they're sad and depressed, or go walk around to feel better, is to adjust their moods. You have to learn to adjust your mood. You got to learn to say, all right, I'm having a bad day right now. Let me just stay away from people and let me go do this. I'm having a bad day. I don't want to be bothered, so I'm not going to look at the internet. Everyone's going to go through it. You have to learn to control that. You have to learn that when you are having mood swings, what do you do to control those mood swings? Too many guys now, when you get moody, you act like a little woman and feel entitled that someone is supposed to say something to you. So now you making facial expressions. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. Next thing you know, it's like everyone's saying to you, what's wrong with you? Is everything okay? People should not always be asking you what the fuck is wrong with you, and is everything okay? So the first part of happiness is understanding that people in general and humans are going to have a lot of mood swings, especially with how fast your brain is moving through the internet. The internet is moving faster than reality. So a lot of people are having a lot of moods. Why? Is someone can easily piss you off by not agreeing with you, or you disagreeing with someone. You have to understand, you've placed your happiness into your own belief system. So now you're living inside of a bubble. So if you living inside a bubble, you're going to have a lot of mood swings, because everything that doesn't agree with you, you are going to be mad at it. The only problem is when you get mad and angry, you can't adjust your moods because you do nothing in the physical form to fix it. When you see people in your neighborhood walking around with weights on, old people, okay, they've had moods, they just know how to correct it. When you see someone that's at the gym regularly running and stuff, okay, they're fixing their moods. When people are doing recreational shit with their life, they're fixing their moods. But when you're having mood swings and the only outlet is punching a fucking wall, throwing something around in your goddamn room, then you're going to be left being a troll. You're going to be left being disagreeable, and it's going to keep you inside of a miserable state of mind. So for you to become strong as a person, the most volatile thing that you must learn to do is correct your moods when you're having a mood swing. Everybody is going to have mood swings. The strongest person in the world is going to have mood swings. Learn to correct them. Learn to get them out. Some people use art. Be artistic. Do those type of things to correct yourself, to get your brain thinking properly. If not, all you're going to do is just try to come up, I'm feeling bad right now, so I'm going to go online and troll and disagree with somebody and fuck their day up, because that's the only option you have to fixing it. Other people are going to go and they're going to go work out. They're going to go bike riding. They're going to go do something artistic. They have their own way of making themselves feel better. And some people are going to do drugs. That's what's going to happen. You have to find a way to correct it outside of your room. That's what you got to do, because most of you are introverts. So you have to do it from a psychological point of view. Get off the computer and learn. If you're having a bad day, maybe I need to go and just work out. Maybe I need to go do that, or find a hobby. All right. Next, understand your values in life. That's going to be another one that's going to make you strong. You must stand for something or fall for anything. It's that simple. You stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. There are so many different ideologies online for lost, weak, emotional people. You can get caught up. It saddens me when I see black emo kids. It saddens me when I see these anime black kids. It saddens me because I know this ain't really your mindset. It saddens me when I see black men not at a level that they're at, because I know at the end of the day, you have a different type of value. You got to know what you're living for, or you're going to fall for any fucking thing in the world. There's some dudes, they're going to laugh at Red Pill, right? They're going to say, those guys ain't shit. Those guys ain't nothing. And they're going to be out there living their life, driving fancy cars, making all the money in the world, and they're not going to care. But then you're going to have Red Pill guys that are doing the same thing as them. But guess what? Even though they don't agree with the same ideology, they're both living a life. That's what it's all about. What do you value? Stand for something. Everybody is not going to agree with you, but you're going to become a more dominant male whenever you can stand for something and not be afraid to fall. Look how many times people have dogged me out online, have dogged me out about Sigma. Sigma is fake. Sigma is this. There's no such thing as Sigma male. And I still stand there next to them and say, I'm standing by it. Now what? I'm going to still stand by it. As many times as I've went viral from people talking shit on me over and over. You ain't never seen me fold. I still stood by Sigma Male, and I still stood by it for this day. Why? Because I value what Sigma males represent. But the ones on the outside that's trying to shake me up, they have no values in life. These are abandoned children who are chipped up, stuffed inside their house that cannot find an outlet in real reality, so they're left trolling in order to feel better. They have to bring someone down for them to feel better because they do nothing in the physical form. I value the independent guy, the loner that chases his dream and works on self-awareness, self-improvement, and just living out dreams. If I'm doing that with my life, why should I allow a loser like that to affect me? You have to stand on your principles, because it's a lot of fucking content creators. Soon as them bots start telling them that they wrong, they start changing up their whole fucking spirit to impress a fucking bot who has no life, who sits inside their room every fucking day because they don't stand on something. Learn to stand on something that you believe in. If not, you're going to be red pill this year, blue pill next year, purple pill this year, or whatever ideology come out. How you think people get pulled into being Muslims fast? How you think people get pulled into being racist, white supremacists fast? Because they find weak souls. How you think children and people join ISIS? They're lost. They don't have no outlet. Oh, I gotta, who am I going to believe today? Who are we believing? Hey guys, who's the truth today? That's where you're stuck. You're stuck waiting on everybody in the world to tell you what's cool or what's not. But guess what? When the world is agreeing with it, then it's only a phase, which means you still gonna have to fall back and fall on principle, or you just gonna be adjusting to what the world is doing. Look how many of these motherfuckers is LGBT because they think they're gonna get accepted in the world, but it just makes them look even more goofier because they have nothing else to stand on. They're just going with whatever the agendas say. So if you want to be happy in life, you better find something that you value and stand on it, because everybody in the world's not going to agree with you. They're not. And you have to be prepared for that. Next. This is a big one. This is a big one, and this is going to be the hardest one. You better accept your flaws. You better learn to accept every single flaw that you have. You better learn to accept it, because that's going to be your leverage for power. You have to realize majority of the world is walking around with an insecurity that they think everybody else is looking at, and they're not. There's girls that are walking down the street that got a pimple right here, right, that nobody can see, but yet they're walking down the street in insecurity because they think everybody can see it. So you have to understand this. For every flaw that you have, there's somebody out there that has a worse flaw, and they're happy. You may be mad that you ain't got a fresh pair of shoes, right? Because your friends bought a new pair of shoes. But you feel that way till you meet somebody with no feet. Everybody gonna feel like they need a pair of shoes till you see somebody happy walking around with no feet. Then you gonna start looking like, hold on, I need to really be checking myself. This motherfucker's happy and he ain't even got no fucking feet. So you got to understand, start looking at that shit. Some of you are mad, you're angry at yourself, you're insecure about shit that nobody gives a fuck about. You got to realize, people do not start judging you until you open your fucking mouth. That's the only time that people are going to judge you. You walk into a room right now and you say nothing, all they can do is spectate. But in order for them to really judge you, they have to wait for you to talk. They have to wait for you to move. So you got to understand this in life. Accept all your flaws, because you will be judged off of what comes out of your fucking mouth. That's what you're going to be judged on. So stop looking in the mirror. I'm fat. I don't like my haircut. I don't like this. Most of your insecurity is physical shit that you can fix. Manny Rock, $5. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it. Most of your flaws and insecurities are shit that you can fix yourself. You're not going to get to perfection. Your room's never going to be clean enough. Your skin's never going to be bright enough. You're never going to be in the best shape in the world, but yet you're going to be insecure trying to get there and believe that that's what it has to be. No. Learn to embrace those flaws. The quicker you tell yourself that you're fat is the quicker you're going to say, you know what, I need to do something about it. The moment you accept it is the moment the truth will set you free. So you must be able to look at yourself and say, all right, I'm not perfect, but I'm finna try to get there. This is why people go to the gym and then they diet. And then as they diet and start looking good, they start looking for a different type of clothes to wear because now their confidence starts to kick in. That's how life is. Accept your flaws. Once you accept your flaws, whichever flaw you don't like, just start working to fix that law. But you have to understand, running away from your flaws is only going to make you insecure when someone point them out, even if it's not directed to you. Like, for instance, I have girls that are around me, but if I look at another girl and be like, man, I have girls that are around me that are kind of like overweight sometimes. I be around overweight women. I'm not dating them. They're just friends. But if I look at another girl and call another girl overweight, the girl I'm with is going to get mad. And you know why? Because she's fucking overweight. I'm talking about friends. She'll be overweight and get mad that I'm saying that girl, no, she shouldn't be wearing that shit out here, man. Then she'll get mad at me like, what's wrong with her? Like, get the fuck out of here. Why? Because she shares the same insecurity. Even if it's not directed at them, they'll still see it and get offended, even if it's towards someone else. You can't be like that, bro. It's not a fair world. It's not. Learn to look in the mirror. Y'all see me do it all the time. Every time somebody say something about me, Anthony Spade, you ain't a Sigma male. Okay, I got shit stains in my drawers. Anthony Spade, you ain't this. The bottom of my teeth is yellow. For every fucking flaw somebody can point out on me, I can point out 1,000 more fucking flaws. But if I point out one flaw of theirs, they ready to go home and take themselves out because they can't handle that one thing. Learn to embrace your flaws, and I guarantee you, half the shit that people want to say about you, they're going to be scared to say it. You can't kill something that's ready to die. You can't kill something that is fully prepared to take on whatever you getting ready to give it. That's how you got to be in order to be strong. They have to know this guy is indestructible. The way you become indestructible is first accepting your flaws because the rest of the world can't accept theirs. So psychologically, you have the one up over people just by pointing out the fact that you're not perfect. Everybody else feel like they got to be perfect, and they becoming more insecure the less perfect they are. We got 150, we got 193 in here with 155 likes. Let's go ahead and get those up. All right, next, you have to become assertive. You have to become assertive. Too many guys are too timid. You're still getting around women, and as soon as they get angry, you're adjusted. Oh, man, what did I say wrong? Soon as a woman starts looking like she's mad at what the fuck you said, you start adjusting what the hell you did wrong. You got to stop that. Every time somebody don't agree with what coming out of your mouth and they make a facial expression, there you go turning around trying to adjust what you said. I mean, I was saying it like, no, I didn't really say it like that. What I was really saying was, and then no, not really. See, I didn't even mean it like that. I meant it like this. Stop that shit. Stop that shit. Start saying shit, and then if somebody say, hey, why I said it, now what? That's what people hate about me. They hate that about me. Anthony, I was watching your video the other day, man, and I didn't like what you said. I ain't taking it back. I ain't taking it back. They stop and walk away. Because now they ready to debate. They want to get in an argument. They want to go back and forth with me about what the fuck I said in my video. Anthony, I disagree with what you said. Fuck it. You disagree. Let's agree to disagree. I'm holding it. You got to get like that. You got to be assertive. Because you want to know something? Most people are not assertive. That's what makes you a leader. That's what people follow, assertiveness people. They follow that. So if you say something, learn to stand on it. I got released from the cops before, and the cop said, why would you try to outrun this car? You know, I'm pulling you over, but why? I said, bro, I ain't going to even lie to you. I thought it would be fun to outrun the cops. I thought you guys see my military ID and let me go. He let me go, but he appreciated the honesty. I've seen so many people get let out of jail just by being honest to the fucking judge. Learn to stand on shit that you do. Keandre, big shout outs, bro. Learn to stand on shit that you do and be assertive, even if you know that it's wrong. Even if you know you fucked up. Learn to be the person that's like, yo, all right, I fucked up. I'ma hold it. Stop trying to cover a lie with another lie, or then you say something that you really mean, but people don't agree with it, and then you're like, I think I meant this. I didn't really meant that. What I was trying to say, I think you guys took it the wrong way. I think maybe I should have said it. Say, I said it. Now what? You say something that a girl don't like, stand on it. I said it. Now what? Because women are notorious for that. Women are notorious for disagreeing with you and shaming you until you believe into their belief system. Learn to be assertive, whether she mad or not. And I can guarantee you, you're going to get more pussy than what you've ever got just by being assertive. Women are accustomed to men saying shit that they don't like, and then they shame him to make him change his mind. Learn to stand on that shit. And I guarantee you, women start looking at you a different way. Like, all right, here go a man right here. Here go a man right here. Holy shit. Stand on it and look at her in the fucking eye. And don't be afraid. Listen, do this to niggas too. Most of these dudes are fucking soft as drugstore cotton. You should see the type of bullshit I get approaching me in real life. Want to sit here. They see Anthony Spade different on TV. See, they go and watch these motherfucking memes on TikTok of people dissing me. And then they get around me in real life thinking I'm type of fucking lames. And then when they face to face, they like, holy shit. I thought you was short in person, Spade. I thought you was short, bro. Nah, run that shit back, bro. Don't try to change the fucking subject. What the fuck you walk over to me for? You disagree with my video. I'm standing on it. Now you telling me you thought I was short in person. Stop trying to change the subject. I got to constantly tell fuck niggas this. But why? Because I stand on my shit. They think I'm one of these internet niggas that if everybody don't agree with them, they go changing their whole belief system. Stop that. Stand on the shit and watch how stronger you are and watch how more of a leader you become. Ross Peru with the $2. Big shout outs, bro. Y'all put some respect on that man's name. He's there daily. He says, out of a ticket last night, yes, officer, I was cutting. Big shout outs, bro. There you go. It works real good with police officers. If a nigga do the crime, do not be afraid to tell the cop, I have committed this fucking crime. It's going to help you when it's all said and done. People love assertiveness and people that can stand on it because too many people can't stand on what they say and they find themselves covering up a lie to cover up another lie. All right? Next thing to create power in a man, to create strength. You can't be biased to nobody. The person who's suffering from mental illness, you got to be studying them just as much as the smart person. The black person, you got to study them just as much as the Latino, just as much as the white, just as much as the Anglo-Saxon, just as much as the Indian. You have to be accepting of everybody and everything in the world. You cannot be biased to your thinking. That's going to weaken you. Why is it going to weaken you? Because you're going to always be disagreeable. Once you're disagreeable, your body starts to shoot cortisol to it. That means you start to feel angry from disagreements. You can't do that. This is what makes a lot of Gemini men the best men in the world. Because we're very adaptable to every fucking environment that we get put in. Whether we're in an all-white environment, all Latino environment, all black environment, all Chinese environment. The first thing that we do is adapt. Remember I told you guys, species who fail to adapt will go extinct. Those motherfuckers that are still talking about slavery, they don't go nowhere. They get nowhere in life. People that still talking about old shit back in the day, they go nowhere in life. You have to be accepted to any and everybody in the world in order for you to stay on top of the matrix. The moment you become biased to a certain way of thinking, it's going to make you weak as a person because everything that doesn't agree with you, you're going to get mad. Your goals needs to be, why is this a disagreeing? Why do I disagree with this? Why is this disagreeing with me? So you can gain the knowledge from a different angle. You want to be powerful as a person. You can never think that you're smart. You can never think that you know it all. Know-it-alls end up in depression. Why? Because they find themselves disagreeable all the time instead of understanding the reasoning of something happened. So now you're Logically, this is supposed to happen, but it doesn't happen. You don't look into the reason why it doesn't happen. You're just like, that's the wrong way to do it. You're gonna fuck yourself up. You're going to make yourself emotionally. Next thing you know, you're going to be some fucking hoarder that's sitting inside of your house all goddamn day. Oh, I know all this knowledge, but I've bubbled myself to life. I have no power. In order for you to have power, you have to be as an adaptable person because he's approachable. That's where your power is at. All right. Next thing we're going to go into how to strengthen your self-image. All right, that's what we get ready to go into now. How to strengthen your self-image. And when I talk self-image, everybody, when you walk down the street, you're portraying energy that you think is putting off that other people don't see. Like when I go a lot of places, people see me at another level, right? But I don't see myself at that other level. So I always have people, I have more haters, I have more vultures that are getting closer to me that I know when they're not around me, they're studying me. That when they do get around me, now they got something to prove. I see that all day because they think I'm some type of arrogant person, especially people at the gym. I don't talk to people at the gym. So I'm in there 20, 30 minutes. People may head nod, hey, what's up? But I never talk to them. And I know in that gym, they're thinking like he think he's better than us. But I'm not. I don't think I'm better than you. I'm just knowing I'm in the gym to clear my head because when I leave here, I got to go back to work doing something that I love to do. So in life, you're going to always be put off an image that others are seeing that you're not seeing yourself. Some of you guys are depressed, and when you walk around, you're trying to pretend to be happy, but people can see the depression in you. People can always see something different in you than what you're seeing in yourself. This is why we say a lot of women are delusional, because you see them a certain way, but they see themselves as something else. Self-delusion is really big in today's society because it's easy for people to slip inside of these fairy tales, slip inside of these fantasies, especially when they're battling insecurity. You have to realize that. You will find the most insecure person talking about somebody like them. Somebody trying to get with them. Yo, you sound like, girl, you ever had your incel friend, your boy you know don't get no women, he corny, but he telling you, man, you see that girl looking at me over there, man, she got a man, she don't love him, she looking at me. But you looking at him like, nigga, you scared of bitches. You don't get no women. Now you confident because you think some girl looking at you because she with her man? Okay, that's all self-delusion. It's more like, I really want that to happen, but it's not happening. That's the world that we live in now. People are trying to act out what they think their life is supposed to be, and it's not there. And this is what's holding a lot of people back, and they're drawing in a lot of fake people into their life. It's because they're pretending to be something that they're not. They're going online. They're going to talk real swift online on Instagram. They're going to take certain photos to look pretty good and look pretty cool. So they're going to portray an image, but the image that they have inside is false. See, the thing is, people will have an image of you while you're online snapping photos. And then when they get around you face to face, that's going to be different. That's how it is with me. See, these niggas, like I told you before, they look at TikTok and all the bad shit that people say about me. Then when they get around me in real life, they're like, shit, this the man. Hoes love this nigga. Women love him. Men fear him. But yet he's cool as fuck. But they trying to talk to me like I'm some type of fucking lame that sits inside of his house all day, not realizing like, no, I'm everything that I talk about online. I'm all of it. So understand, what people see in you is going to be different. In order to get to that level, you must self-reflect. That's what you got to do. You have to stop. And once again, this goes back all the way up into strong sense of self. Now I'm talking about how you change what people view about you. You have to look at how you dress. You got to look at how you walk. You got to look at how you talk. You could be the smartest motherfucker in the world. If you walk down the streets and your pants are down around your ass, sorry, that's out the window. Oh, you got on 1,000 gold chains? Sorry, that's out the window. I hate watching successful black men celebrate like a fucking rapper. You got to have big chains, throw big parties, and try to buy big ass cars like rappers do. No, you're setting yourself up for food for niggas to rob you, and you normally get robbed. because you're trying to emulate something else. So you got to watch the type of energy that you're putting off, which is why it's very important. The more success that you gain, the less flashy you are. So when you stop and self-reflect, stop and actually look at yourself. Did a woman really want me dressed like this? And I'm talking both ways, dressing like a bum and overdressing. See, you can have a nice suit on that you done paid a lot of money for, but what if most women are going to say, this nigga is overdressed? You got a nice suit, you got a nice watch, you got nice wrists, you got nice clothes, you got nice this and nice that, but you trying to get with Shaniqua. Because you think Shaniqua is going to like your flashy suit and she's not going to want to be a hood rat no more. But it don't work like that. You find your guy with all the nice shit together trying to change a bride who don't want to change. Why? Don't put the energy out there. That's putting the energy out there that you're good. That's putting the energy out there that you have high standards, but you're using it for something else. Self-reflect. Stop and look at the type of girls that you want. What type of guys do they date? That's what it's going to come down to. A lot of people are trying to convince someone physically who they are, but they're none of that whenever it's in an emotional side. So stop and reflect and make sure that your clothes, your image, your car matches who the fuck you are inside. That's the only way you're going to get a proper response from society in the matrix. That's the only way. It's just like rappers. They speak negative, but they act positive, and they're wondering why they're getting killed. Look at the image of what's coming out of your fucking mouth, and you don't even feel that way. Your image should have matched how you feel inside. So make sure you self-reflect and make sure that how you feel inside, you're looking like that. Because you'll look in the mirror and say, all right, I need to change my life. My clothes are baggy, saggy. All I'm doing is wearing hoodies every day. I always got on sweatpants. You know, it's kind of like people, like what is somebody supposed to think about you when it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon? You're in the fucking grocery store with pajamas on, hoodies, and a bonnet. What are you going to say about a person like that? What are you going to say about somebody walking around with tight-ass clothes on with their body? Like, what do you say to a fat person that have on tight clothes but think they pretty? You start to look at them like a fucking clown. So understand, your imagery has to match who you are inside. You try to decorate it a little differently, you're going to get a different response from society. To a lot of you guys that make it, get a nice watch and wear some decent clothes. You ain't gotta walk around looking like a celebrity because you're not one. So when you're trying to portray the image of a celebrity and you're not one, you're gonna draw in fake energy. You're gonna draw in fake haters. You're gonna draw in constant bullshit. As much money as I make, when I go places, I don't wear jewelry. I don't wear jewelry at all. Y'all don't see me out here being flashy. My goal is to blend in just like this. I want to blend in. Have my fun, blend in and get out. Have my fun, blend in and get out. Too many people are regular people trying to portray the image of a celebrity, and they're wondering, why do you keep drama in your life? Now you online. Why y'all saying this about me? Why y'all trolling about me? Why people all up in my business? What the fuck are you talking about? You the average nigga, you the average woman running around this motherfucker trying to convince somebody you're a celebrity. Then when you start getting celebrity treatment and celebrity hatred, now you can't handle it. Why? You put that energy out there. So you have to understand that the energy that you're portraying to people is what you're going to give back. You get to wearing them fucking hoodies every day and looking like somebody sad, you're just going to attract drug addicts. That's it. You're going to attract dysfunctional people in your life when you look dysfunctional. Just learn to look presentable. All right? Next, in order for you to help with yourself, to strengthen your self-image, you have to have personal goals and professional goals. All right? What does that mean? You have to have a mission that you're on, period. If you sit down and talk to one of your friends and you're trying to tell him, dog, I'm trying to be a manager, bro. So what I've been doing is I've been like putting in more work. I've been talking to the managers. I've been getting my network system down, and you know what I'm saying? I'm finna start hanging out with the bosses and seeing what the bosses do. You got a plan. People gonna look at you differently. when you have a plan. Your image is going to change. When somebody asks you what you're doing and you just don't throw the word around entrepreneur, and you could break it down like, listen, I got this company right now, and right now we're building this up right now, and the goal is to get here. That's what we're doing. So every day I'm waking up and I'm trying to get this done, and once I get that done, I'm gonna get that done. People are gonna look at you like a go-getter. They're gonna start to look up to you. They're gonna look at you like you professional. It's too many motherfuckers. This is what they say. Man, I got a whole bunch of shit going on right now. You know what I mean? We out here getting it. I got this going on. Me and my boy about to start this. And then we get ready to get that. That's what I get. I get a whole bunch of fuck niggas that want to come around me and talk about a whole bunch of shit that they ain't working on just so they look cool for that moment. No, I know the mindset of a go-getter. I know what it's like not to sleep years at a time. I know what it's like to work 23-hour days because you work for yourself. I have never, ever in my life worked for nobody since I got out the military. So when people start coming around me trying to talk like they bosses and trying to talk like I could look through the eyes and say, bitch, no, you ain't. You just trying to keep from looking like a loser in front of me. So you have to understand this. You must have personal goals. You must have professional goals because it's going to define you. That's what you got to realize. People know a liar from a liar. They even help another liar lie. You got groups of people that just lie on each other. They need each other as friends. But when they get around other people that may tell the truth, then they got to back up their bummy friend. Don't be that dude. Have your personal goals. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds, then it needs to be gain 20,000 as well. So you need to say, all right, how do I lose 20 pounds and gain 20,000 in the next 6 months? Like, have those type of goals. That way you're working on them and it's keeping you busy. For you to go to work hard, make decent money, then you're like, all right, when I go off, I'm going to go home, I'm going to work out. Eventually, both of it's going to win. If you work hard enough and you work on your diet, you can become a good-looking person by prospering at the same damn time. You have to have that type of energy in order for you to look good to people. You cannot be fat, sloppy, coming around smelling like weed, pants down below your belt, telling people, I'm in the real estate. I'm in stock market too. Ain't nobody going to believe that shit. Because they know the thinking that it takes to do that, it will make you wisen up to what the fuck you look like. You look like a goddamn idiot. So you have to understand that if you want to look powerful in front of people, you may first not look like an idiot trying to talk smart. You have too many people out there that can talk smart but look like idiots and they get nowhere. They just keep trying to trick every new person they come around. You trying to trick them into thinking that you somebody and you really not. The moment people see the truth in you, they get the fuck away from you. That's the first thing they're going to do. And excuse me for cursing because some of y'all take it personal. Fuck you too. All right, so make sure you're setting personal goals and you're setting professional ones as well. It's going to make you look stronger. You have to realize when you start leveling up in life, everybody that you're around right now, you will get rid of them. Let's get those donations up as well. Show me some love. We're going in today. Next thing is going to be self-care and grooming. I'm going to skip through this. Look decent. A lot of you dudes got dreadlocks, but you look like you don't shower or take care of them. People are going to treat you that way. And then you're going to be the dreadlock dude talking about black power and the white man this and the white man that because your image fucked up. Nobody want to fuck with you. You got a half-maintained beard. Your dreadlocks are fucked up and wondering why life ain't going the way you want to go. And now you back blaming the white man for every motherfucking thing in the world. Are you kidding me? Big shout out to my man, Regular Dude. He says they blocking my super chats. Why they blocking your super chats? Holy shit. Is that happening with everybody? I don't know why they blocking your super chats. All right, next is going to be, I'm going to just continue to go. All right, if the super chat is blocked out, try hitting me up on, Jared came through. He says, Jared, the 20-year recovery says, hey, regular guy, you good, bro. You always donate. You good, my man. Jared, too, you good. Absolute truth. I'm 41. Workout regimen is insane. Everyone making fun of my diet are the same ones at work asking questions. No days off, period. You're absolutely right. Self-care is really big. A lot of people, when you get to a state of depression, You just want people to accept you for being you. Oh, I'm just gonna wear sweatpants every day. I don't give a fuck. You gotta take me. I'm gonna walk around looking bummy and talk loud and act ignorant. You just have to accept me. No, life don't work that way. The ones that just want to be accepted, big shout out to Keandre with the $2. Ones that want to be accepted just for waking up and walking around feeling entitled to do what you want to do, you go nowhere in fucking life. You go nowhere. The girl that's wearing pajamas in the afternoon to go to Target with the bonnet, look like she just woke up, her life goes nowhere. She'll eventually turn into a crackhead, and she's the girl down at the bar banging niggas thinking that she better than the nigga than the wino. Her boyfriend's a fucking wino. That's where her life is headed. So understand, grooming and looking decent is going to take you a lot further in life and get you a lot than waking up saying, fuck it, I just don't give a fuck on some real shit. I don't care what nobody think about me. We know. You come around me, I turn niggas like you into slaves, boy. I turn them Negroes into slaves because they be the main ones that need money real fast. Yo, aunt, I need that money to go do this. Like, I got $50. Wash the whole car and that. Go home and pick up my fucking groceries, you bum. I just don't tell them that. I make them come across like, yeah, all right, G, I got you, my dude. Just do this, that, we cool. But meanwhile, it's like, nigga, you're older than me, and I'm paying you crumbs. Why? Because you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They just got to accept you for who you are, and you back blaming the white man for everything. Fuck out of here. Get yourself together. Make yourself look good physically. At least keep a decent haircut. All right? What people are going to see in you physically, and I guarantee you what people look at you will change. All right? Next. Learn from your setbacks. You have to learn from your setbacks and all of your drawbacks. This is real. Every time something bad happens to you in life, you have to sit back and say, what I'm not going to do again. And you have to stand by that. And the reason why, if people start to see you make the same mistake over and over again, you're going to be a stupid person to them. When you see a baby mother, listen here, the baby mother with 4 kids by 4 different dudes is never respected because her kids are going to be treated off of her status. If people start looking at her as being a fucking idiot, they're going to start treating the kids like an idiot. If your mom is a stripper, nobody's going to respect you. If your mother is for the streets, everybody's going to talk to you like you ain't shit. So you have to understand, learn from your setbacks. So you're not making the same mistakes over and over and over again. You will be looked at as an idiot. If you're saying, oh, I got with Shaniqua, she hurt me. Then I got with Tandra, she hurt me. And then I got with Sandy, she hurt me. When you go to tell your stories to people, you're going to look stupid as fuck. You need to realize that. Let's say you go tell somebody what's wrong with you, and then you turn around and say to them, I know, you telling me how to fix it. Everybody keeps telling me that, though. And they find out that you keep telling people your same problems, and everyone's getting you the same answers, and you're not learning from it. You're going to look fucking stupid. So if something happens to you, learn from it and try not to go fucking tell other people what your problem is, because it's kind of embarrassing for you to make the same mistake twice. So make sure that when something happens to you in your life, you're stopping, you're reflecting what you're doing, and then you're moving forward so you don't make it. When people see that you continue to make stupid mistakes, you would be known as a fuck up. You would be known as a can't get it right. When you get known as a can't get it right, you are a worthless human being to people. Understand that. People don't want the clucks that trips over himself all the time, and every time you try to trust him to do something, he's doing something stupid, or he just keeps doing the same dumb shit in his life. Oh, you done been through 3 jobs in 2 weeks? Nigga, bye. That's bummy talk. When people start seeing you repeat mistakes, they start to look at you as a dumbass. And once they look at you as a dumbass, you can't get that erased from people. See, people will look at you as a leader, right? And they'll continue to look at you as a leader until they see you do some dumbass shit. But if you do some dumbass shit and try to go back to being a leader, they're going to be skeptical about you being a leader now. So you got to realize, do not make the same mistakes over and over again. You have to learn to correct them the first time. All right. Next, this is one y'all motherfuckers really got to follow. This going to be hard for y'all. Learn to be mindfulness of others. All right. Learn to understand, like, maybe I should open up a door for this person. Maybe I should be nice to this person. Maybe I should help this person today. Learn to be that. Because too many people are hurting inside so bad that only thing they want to see is the destruction of others. All they want to do is see others fail. Or like you got content creators that are watching my channel like, what is his views today? What is his views today? Oh man, his views are low. All right, I ain't worried about Anthony Spade no more. Let me go find another content creator, see who has the highest views. That's how YouTubers are. They go through everybody's channel seeing who's getting the most views and what they're doing and how they're adjusting, and they're paying attention to what everyone else is doing, that they start to become adjusted to that, right? And then once they become adjusted to studying what other people have done, they lose mindfulness to other people and just become competitors to society. You can't be that way. You can't look down on everybody else and start to think that you are the smartest. You can't. You got to be a mindfulness to everything that people are doing. There has to be a why. All the way down to the homeless person that's on the side of the street. You have to understand, why is this homeless man on the street? What makes you give up your life to sit on the fucking corner of the curb? I could tell you this, it's not lack of money. It's not. It's here. It's the ability to not think their way through life. You have to understand that. You would think, oh, this person ran out of money and that's why they're on the side of the corner. No, they're on the side of the corner because they can't go take the fucking drug test to get a fucking check. So you got to realize, the government would give you a check for being homeless. You just got to pass the fucking drug test. You can get housing. You can get a job. They got places for that. My mother runs these type of programs for homeless people and drug addicts and women that's been abused. So I know men gets the same treatment too. If you want to fix your life, that's more than enough. But when you see people that have given up on life and they're down and they're asleep underneath a bridge, it's psychological. So what you have to do is you have to be mindful to everything that people are doing, why they're doing it, what the actions that they have behind their doing that caused them to do this. For every action, there's a reaction. Once you start to be mindful of it, then you don't take things personal that they're saying. The objective is not to be disagreeable with everyone. And the next one is going to be learning why. This is going to affect your moods. Your moods need to always be in a steady. When Sigma males go into places, our objective is to be quiet and look around our surroundings, seeing who's in there, who's who, what's what, who's the dominant one, what's the dangerous, identifying your awareness. In order to do that, you got to be mindful to everything around you. Once you start doing that, it'll cause you to be more quiet because your eyes will do most of the listening. Once your eyes start to do most of the listening, then you'll be able to advance more. It's going to make you look confident walking around and being someone, and people will start to look up for you. Next, and this is going to be the hard one. Jared, 20-year recovery, comes in again. He says, you got to believe in yourself, even when nobody does. That's where the real hustlers are made. Views are not. In my opinion, keep speaking the truth. You damn right, big dog. He is absolutely, when it's all said and done, your happiness is in your arms. It's in your hands. Like I said, your mother and father bring you into this world. Your death and your happiness will be based on your decisions. Once you learn right from wrong and opportunities that are out there, it's up to you if you want to take advantage of that. You have to realize every success story, whenever you guys are watching these motivational speeches and someone's telling you their success stories, and you guys have seen thousands of success stories, they all have one thing in common: failure. They all failure. Oh man, I was down on my luck. I ain't had nothing. I was sleeping in a car. It started working. I lost everything. And then this happened. Then I was down. I had a kid that year. Then this happened. My mom did this. Dad did that. You always hear the failures of other people's stories. That's why you like watching them. You like watching them suffer and come out of suffering and being on top of the world. So you have to understand, in life, you have to get off your motherfucking ass. And you have to make it happen, because you are going to fail and it's going to hurt. What's setting you back is you thinking that you got the ability to stand still, gather as much information as you can, and then when you go to execute, you're going to be an exception to the rules. You're not going to fail. Nah, life ain't gonna work that way. You're only gonna learn by failing because it's different for each situation out there for you to fail in, right? You go to a small town like Pittsburgh and you could do landscaping, you could fix houses, you could become extremely rich out here doing that if you know how to do construction work. But you go to Miami, it's going to be hard for you to get rich doing that. Why? Because there's so many people out there that are doing the same thing. So you have to learn, all right, if I'm in a city where there's a whole bunch of people doing the same thing, obviously it's going to be hard for me to keep the same amount of clientele up. You will have to make the adjustment. You'll only know that by getting off your ass, trying stuff and failing to see what works. That's the only thing that's going to happen. When it's all said and done, what people need to strengthen themselves starts off psychologically way before it turns into a physical thing. Learn to get stronger mentally. Learn to challenge yourself. If you're on the computer every day, learn to say, today, I'm just going to walk around my neighborhood. As a start, walk around your neighborhood. Try to find something interesting to do. You have to get off the internet. Staying on the internet now is real volatile to your happiness because all you're doing is blaming other people for why you are not happy. It's like, oh, let me just disagree. Here go another. I'm gonna disagree. I agree. I disagree. Your whole life is just filled with disagreements, trying to prove people wrong with words that don't even fucking see you. That's a sad life. With all the millions of years before now, people didn't live like that. This smartphone shit and Instagram and all that has only been popular for like 15 years. But yet you motherfuckers have treated it like life has always been like this. No, you have to get the fuck outside. You have to go do something in a physical form for this to work. If not, only thing you're doing is you're vicariously living through me. You're vicariously living through your content creator. So to you, it's like, all right, I'm Anthony Spade today. This is how I want to think. Whatever he says, as long as he's saying what I like, then I'm going to love him. I'm going to stay inside of this vessel. But as soon as I start saying some shit you don't like, you're going to jump out of my vessel and find your vessel that's more comfortable for you. That's what the movie Matrix was about. You're inside of these chambers. Your body is staying in the same spot all day long, but your brain is traveling into all different type of atmospheres that by the time you go through all these atmospheres and come back into your chamber, by the time you get ready to go to sleep, your brain is wore the fuck out just from being online, going inside of so many different ideologies. This is why you guys jerk off, go to sleep, wake back up, because you burn a lot of energy. Your brain is moving so fast online that it tires your physical body out, that you have to go to sleep. This is why it's easy for you to get stuck sitting in your room with a hoodie on and being on the internet all damn day long. It's because you have pretty much trapped yourself inside of that world. That's the hardest part. Your body is in a chamber. It stays in the same spot every damn day. But it learns and sees so much that by the time you get off the internet, the only thing you can do is just go to sleep because you pretty much put so much stress on your brain. That's simple. All right, that's the end of the lecture. You guys tell me what you think. If you like the lecture, go ahead and show me some love on the donations. Show me some love on the Cash App, or definitely get those likes up. Go ahead and get your questions in, and make sure you put a Q in front of the question. Make sure y'all share this video too. Definitely get those donations up. Show a nigga some love. I may go live later on tonight. But let's definitely get those questions up. Let's see here. I think I had one question. All right. Enid says, love these lectures. See you in Miami. Atlas93 says, how do I not be argumentative with a woman without letting her feel like she has control over everything? How do I not be argumentative? Silence. Silence is the best way to silence a woman and get your point across. It's because you have to let her think. All right. The more you talk, the more a woman can pull you into her energy, and she can control the atmosphere because she'll keep you talking. So the main thing you can do is silence. Silence is always power whenever it comes to a man. Learn to say what you got to say and walk away and leave it alone. Even if she wants to argue, you have to tell her, I don't want to argue with you. Even if that turns into an argument, argue about not wanting to argue, but get away from the situation. With women, they have to stop and think about what's happening. Give her room to think. As long as you're sitting there arguing and going back and forth with her, all she's doing is shaking your emotions up, and eventually she'll victimize and you will look like the aggressor. Don't do that. Learn to talk and get away from the situation. All right, what's the next one? Says, Albie, how do I keep from being angry at people when there's so much anger, evil in the world? Because you're mad at yourself. You're not mad at people. The angry people that are in the world are just in the world. They've always existed. It's never been a time where the world was happy. It's never been a time where people walked outside and just loved each other. That's never existed. War has always existed. Evil has always existed. You're battling insecurity. You're battling that you're not happy with yourself. That's the only time people feel like evil is always in their life. It's when life is not going the way that you want to. And then when people do get money, they normally get a lot of evil people in their life whenever they're desperate for friends. And they think, oh my God, I'm popular now, I'm rich. These people care about me. Those people don't care about you. So if you always having evil thoughts and you're always mad at people themselves, I say this all the time. The internet is building serial killers. That's how serial killers are formed. They start to get mad at people and they start to lose focus on humanity. And now everything is logic and reason, and they feel like people don't deserve to live. That's why I keep trying to tell you, computers are going to take people out because it's going to try to find a flaw in life. The biggest flaw in life is human beings, the ability to be perfect. So you have to realize you're not battling evil people in the world. You're battling an evil mindset because you're not happy with who you are. You need to get to a state of mind to where you could think clearly, because you still got a God around evil. No matter where you go, there's somebody that's going to be evil, but your happiness is going to be self-reflection. All right. Big shout out to the champion with the $5. He says, I adopted the mindset of believing I'm preparing for a tournament. It helps me stay competitive. What are your thoughts? Plus, love the work you're doing. All right, if that's what motivates you, then you stick with that. I always look at it like a video game. So whenever you have goals in life, look at it like a video game. Take what you want to accomplish and write it at the top of the page, and then put what levels you got to go. Start from the bottom of the page to the top. So whenever you're preparing to be successful, sit down and write out your plan, and then put your plan in order from the bottom of the page to the top, and treat it like a video game. So every time you beat a level, you scratch it off. That's it. You're like, all right, I'm trying to get to this point in my life. Today, I can scratch this off because I did it. Now you go to the next level. When you have a plan and you're waking up every day and you're getting closer to your plan, then you can scratch off and you'll know how far you are away from your goals. So if you're treating it like a tournament, it's the same thing. Keep treating it like a tournament. That way you're constantly competing with yourself, because your biggest enemy is going to be self. Understand that. No matter what people say to you, no matter what's going on in society, you're still battling yourself no matter what. It's up to you if you're happy. It's up to you for spiritual healing. People just want to blame others. It's up to you. It's that simple. He says, hand sanitizer. You heard about the outwitting the devil? I haven't heard about that. I get up and get it in the Justice Society. I don't read no books. I don't read no books. I don't read no fucking fairy tales. I don't read none of that shit. I'm out here in life, nigga. You're talking to a military veteran. You're talking to somebody that done traveled around the world, that done own multiple businesses. Nigga, I'm out here. I don't need to read no fucking, none of these folk tale, fairy tale, none of that shit. I don't need none of that. T-Bird says, around what age do you feel like you start to know yourself instead of figuring yourself out phase? About 35, 36. Because knowing yourself is a little deeper than just waking up, working a job. I've worked plenty of jobs. I've made a lot of money, but I really didn't find happiness and understood who I was till like 35, did a semen retention. You know what I'm saying? Went about a year and 4 months without jerking off or sex. That's when I figured myself out. And then I was able to get the woman that I have now. So it may happen for you at an earlier age. To me, that's what it was. I wouldn't say that you're supposed to vibe off of what I'm saying and try to have that as your quota. Some people figure themselves out at 21. Some people figure themselves out earlier than that. But you're going to need to figure yourself out, because once you figure yourself out, you got to be comfortable with that, because nobody else in the world is going to understand it. That's another thing you have to understand. No one else is going to understand you. All right. Marco Fazone says, I just dodged a wicked imp spirit from my work, bro. He was mischief and fucking up on the vibe and doing wrong. Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, bro. You got to make sure you're protecting your energy out here. I always protect my energy. You have to. Albie says, I seen you these new AI voices. Do you think that people will fall for fake voices like presidents and stuff? No time soon. I think that a lot of people on the internet are viewing this world as being like some type of electronical world. AI is doing this. I just think too many people have spent too much time online that they've really been tricked out of real life. Like, a lot of people have been shaken out of real life and have been shaken into the face of a computer. And real life, in a lot of cases, is not even flowing like that. You have to realize, bro, it is very crucial to get back into the real world. People know what AI is, but a lot of this is just bot shit. A lot of it is bot shit. People in real life are living totally different than the people that are online over analyzing life. I'm sorry, it's just different. Like, you can literally, like, a lot of these guys that are the shit online, they come out into the real world, they don't know how to be out here. They know how to go online and entertain you because they know the type of mindset they're dealing with. They're dealing with a bot mindset. Like, think about it. When you watch Twitch, you see how many of those bots be fucking chatting? And the chats are only up there for 2 seconds. But the motherfuckers are fucking posting. Like, people are going to have time to stop and read what's actually being said. That's how fast a bot brain moves. It's online reading messages at a fast pace coming across. These people don't know how to go back into reality. They're totally disconnected from it. So AI is for the people that's online. The ones that can't control yourself, that AI shit's for you. They're figuring you out. The people that know what they're doing, this is a different ball game. Bird sent $5. He says, hit with that 21 RN right now. More big shout outs, bro. They done took my damn, I can't even see that. Big shout out T-Bird, bro. They took my message away before I could read it all. I'm trying to find it back. He said, did you associate with women during a retention? Yeah, you're going to associate with women. I didn't go on dates. I didn't do shit like that. But day-to-day life, I came across women that I talked to. Nigga, I know a lot of women. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all, that's it. It's just you and the computer. I'm out here. I'm outside. Fuck. I live a regular person. When you watch TV and you see people walking around and chatting and amongst people, that's what I do. You guys saw me talk to a young lady yesterday by the park, and then that was playing with the fucking bugs. And then you saw me talk to another 2 people. Like, I talk to people. I'm not in my room like this. I'm not that. I'm actually an introverted, extroverted person. So, yes, I do interact with people. All right, let's see this. He says, Albie says, how do you open up and allow more people into your life instead of shutting people out by default? What do you want them in your life for? You want people into your life to do what? You shouldn't want, the only people you should want in your life is the people that's going in the same direction as you. And I've told you, I'm into cars. I don't need a friend that's a doctor. I don't need a friend that's doing stuff outside of what I like to do. You're going backwards. I don't need to have friends Just because. Oh, I have just because friends. When I get bored, I'm going to just call and check on them, but I really just want somebody to fucking talk to. No. If you ain't in my life for this purpose, I'm not fucking with you. That's simple. You're not into cars, I'm not fucking with you. You ain't into YouTube, I'm not fucking with you. If you ain't into the things that I'm going to, I'm not messing with you. My friends are only friends that are doing what I like to do. I do not have a friend in my life just because. I'm not going to say, oh, my homeboy doctor friend, oh, I got connections, I got friends over here. Fuck that. I don't need them. I only need friends whenever I'm ready to make moves. That's how you got to be. So when you're talking about how do I let people in, what the fuck you need them for? They got to be a reason they're coming into your life. If you can't find a reason for people to be in your life, don't let them in. It's that simple. First, figure out where the fuck you want to go. There's no point of having fucking friends there's no point of having friends just to say you got some friends. Big shout out to Johnny with the $100. That's what God, Johnny came through with that. That's what I'm talking about, Johnny. Showing some love out here. All right. Big shout out to everybody else that donate on the regular too. Regular guy, Spider Ninja. He got the new name. I still got to get used to his new name. Keandre. We still got some out there that's a regulars too. He came in with the 100. He says, what is the true mindset of a pretty woman in her 20s who is married but wearing tights and in the gym 4 or 5 days a week for almost 2 hours? What she's doing is she is seeking out attention that her husband can't give her. All right? That's one thing that you're going to have to realize, that when you start seeing women in the gym for over 2 hours, they have a lot of power there. Women going to always gravitate towards the place that they have the most power at. So if she's in the gym for 2 hours, she's going to get enough dopamine releases. But you also have to realize women like that normally already got their household taken care of. That's what keeps her in the gym the longest, is that she don't have to go home, cook, clean, and do those things. And she has a husband that's barely there. Now, if she has a husband that's a successful man, he's giving her less compliments. At the same time, if he's like keeping himself up and he's keeping himself with the money, then she's battling other girls liking him. And the only way that she feels better is if she's going to go to the gym and get the attention from other guys. That's what you have to understand. The younger girls are going to be quick to do this. As she gets older and gets towards her 30s, things are going to... I'm live. I'm talking to a lot of people right now. That's why. Oh. God fucking. Damn. I can't even sit in my fucking car, bro. She want to start talking. I'm like, damn. Okay. One thing that you have to understand, especially in her 20s, she still wants it. In the 20s-year-olds, the younger girls are going to want all the attention because they're hot at that age. All right. A lot of these young girls as well, they're marrying dudes just to stay lazy because they don't want to do anything. So if she finds a man that's willing to pay all the bills and give her what she wants, she's going to continue to go to the gym. But you also got to realize this. If he's put the pressure on her to stay in shape, she'll go to the gym. And she'll be in there for 2 hours just to have a life and maintain him. But for the most part, they're in there to get the attention. If they're in there for 2 hours, they are definitely in there to get the attention. But you have to be careful. Married women in the gym are the most dangerous. And the reason why they're the most dangerous is because normally they normally have a crazy man. So keep in mind, the girls in their 20s that are in the gym and they're married, you have to realize they are just in there for the attention. Because based off the amount of money she may get pregnant and be looking to get out. You see a lot of girls that go to the gym looking good, they find the man they want, they get pregnant, and then they coming back as fat slobs. You'll see that as well. Hopefully I was able to answer your question. That goes out to my man Johnny with the Morphous thumbnail. Big shout outs. He said 5 to 6 days a week. She definitely ain't got no life. I could tell you that. All right, let's see here. He says, what's next for Generation Z? Oh, it's done, bro. It is done. The generation after Generation Z is going to be done. I really don't know what to say for the next generation that's coming up because I just don't see the hope. I see the hope in some communities, but the black community, I don't see any hope. The Latino community, catching up to the black community in certain ways, but in other ways they're not, but they are catching up. So it's definitely going to be a lot of confusion. We're going into an emotional world. You know what I'm saying? People now is mental illness has completely taken over. The elites that are at the top, they're very weird people, kind of like Squid Games. Remember on Squid Games, it turned out to be a lot of those older guys with money doing little funny bunny stuff and watching people die and watching people go through all kind of problems to prove their life. That's what you're about to have. You're about to have Hunger Games. You're about to have Squid Games. You're about to have the Alex in Wonderland where there's someone playing this game where they feel like people are going to have to earn their rights to live because people are, how can I say, they're taking life for granted. That's what we have. We have a world where people are taking life for granted. And society is going to test them, their will to live. That's what I see for the future that's coming up because it's already psychologically planned that way. The Matrix, the mental games that are being played with people is the confusion part is what has people living insane. They don't know where their happiness is at and where their happiness is going to go and where it's going to end up at. Everyone's living in confusion. Generation Z, nah, this is over with, bro. All right, Alex just arrived. He said, I arrived late, but the later AM. I'm going to leave it up. All right. All right, any more questions or it's Friday? Big shout out to Johnny. Johnny came through and saved the day. Matter of fact, Johnny drop it. We're gonna make you a moderator. Standard can manage block words. All right. Johnny just earned himself a wrench. We got Johnny with the wrench. He says, why do these young kids, Albie says, why do these young kids now watch TikTok out loud in public, not realizing that they have their volume at max? It's like they're hypnotized. Well, you got to realize too, when I was coming up, we were bad to the older people. It's just that, and they thought we were crazy. They thought we were stupid. So now we're in that generation where those kids are starting to do it and the world's more open to it. But if you go read books like Brave New World, there are books that said that this type of events were going to happen, that the children were going to be dumber and more weaker and everything was going to become more superficial way of being. Big shout outs to Chad David with the 199. Really appreciate it, bro. So one thing that you have to understand with that statement, hold on. Hold on. Why did they just disappear my screen? All right, I done lost my screen and then my screen came back. Ross Peru said generation getting, all right. All right, I got to start at Enos, it looks like. He says, how do you level set and give truth to chicks, especially these modern day chicks, without things eventually turning physical? Because some of these chicks out here just can't handle the truth. You got to pick and choose what type of people you have around yourself, bro. Like, that's the main thing that you have to watch out. When it comes to women, what type of women are you around? Like with me, I'm always around Arab women that agree with what I'm talking about. So what type of setting are you in? You have to, once you figure yourself out, then you know your crowd. Find the crowd that agrees with you, and then it'll create the women that agree with you too. The world is a disagreeable world. It's all about finding what part of the world that you fit in and make yourself comfortable in that world and not being biased to everything. That means you can have your own ideologies, but you really got to question why other people are thinking the way that they think. So find your crowd that you belong in, stick with that crowd, and trust me, the type of women that you deal with are going to change based off of the situations that you're in. Some dudes are left with hood rats. Some guys have quality women surrounded by them. So you have to understand, find out where you belong at, and then you're going to be able to talk to certain girls certain ways. You have too many people that live in a bubble, and they trying to argue with everybody that what they believe is absolutely right. This is why shows like Jubilee can last. The Cut can last. They get millions of views because you drag so many people with so many different belief systems and you place them in one area and you watch them all fight each other. That's what everyone's doing online, taking everybody that has been brainwashed into their own belief system, putting them in one place. Now, y'all fight and debate over what's right or what's wrong. When it's all said and done, most of those people don't even have a fucking life. They have no admirations to do anything. They don't know if they want to go on vacation. They don't know where they want to. They have no dreams. They have nothing. All they're doing is just gaining knowledge, belief systems, and then fighting people to prove if who's right or who's wrong. Normally just lame people who have nothing going with their life. That's what it normally is. Hand sanitizer came in with the $10. Really appreciate it, my dude. He says heading to drill in New York, in North Carolina, listening in the whip, keeping it live. OG, Mr. Straight Up Truck Vibes. I fucks with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We getting back to it. We've been going. Listen, I went live every single day this week, and we're making it a normal thing out here in these streets. All right, we got another donation. Johnny is back with another one, and Johnny got his motherfucking wrench on that motherfucker. All right, Johnny says, that female in the gym drives a Kia, and I noticed I drive a BMW 7 Series. Okay, big dog. Okay, try to make me, you try to shit on me, Johnny? Okay. No, I'm fucking with you. He said, and has been making a point to walk by me every day in the gym and seems frustrated because I ignore her. Yeah, she is going to be frustrated. You got to realize, when she sees something that she wants and you got, she's frustrated because she can't get to it because she has boundaries as well. But you got to watch out for that, Johnny. I'm going to tell you that right now. Why you have to watch out for that is because you may be an upgrade to her, but she's still attached to another man. So just her actions alone are dangerous. You have to be extremely careful. It's cool whenever she may have a boyfriend, you may be able to, creep her out on the side, get her. You know what I mean? But when she married, you have to watch out because you don't know the mindset of the guy that she's with. That's going to be a big one. Hold on here. That's going to be a real big one. It looks like my battery dying. Let me plug this in. That's going to be a real big one. The thing is, when you're a guy that's in the gym, you're driving a nice car, you got the nicest cars at the gym, it ain't the women that you got to worry about. It's the jealous dudes that are at the gym that can see her trying to walk past your car. You got to watch out for them motherfuckers because them motherfuckers may know her man. They may know how to get to him and then get you in trouble. When you the dude at the gym and you got girls that are in the gym that other girls want to be with you, you got to watch out for that, bro. Because it ain't necessarily her you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for the dudes in the gym that she ain't paying attention to. And trust me, you driving a 7 Series, everybody in that gym know that you driving a 7 Series. So you got to watch. You may have more jealous men that are looking at you way more than she looking at you, but don't be blinded by her looking at you. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's another dude that's jealous, and he want her to walk past his car. If she got a Kia, you got a BMW, she walking past, she definitely saying, come get me, but make sure you're making the proper decisions here. You could use it to make yourself feel good. Maybe one day say, hey, what's up? What's your name? And leave it as that. Your curiosity is building too now. All right. But it's definitely sounding like she's definitely trying to how can I say, she's baiting you, but at the same time, she's married. So she probably won't feel like just walking up to you. Start playing the psychological game. Maybe flirt with her. Hey, what's your name? Walk away. Little shit like that, because one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to shit where you eat. So if you see her every time you go to the gym, and you see her on a day-to-day basis that you're there, you got to think, if I start fucking with this girl, something happen, it may make me uncomfortable to go to the gym. You may just need to keep her in the stare zone where you guys are just fake flirting with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep the morale at your gym good. You wouldn't want to pull her, right? And then one of your haters start to create some conflict. You got to realize, when you the man, your biggest hater says nothing to you. The nigga that admires you, that envies you, he's the one that's going to look like a hater, but he'll eventually want to be your friend. A true hater is going to never tell you anything. You're just going to start sharing shit in your life that just starts going wrong. So yeah, she definitely, if she walking past and she putting herself in the way, it's definitely a come get me. You know what I'm saying? But keep in mind, married, she's in there 6 days a week. Something's going wrong in a relationship. Be careful. But for your curiosity, at least get her name. All right? At least get her name at this point. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with getting her name, in my opinion. Okay, let's go back up. He says, what made you change from Vegan Spade to Anthony Spade? Remember those old wisdom videos? I started back eating beef. That's what changed the name. I wasn't going to keep Vegan Spade going when I had told people I have to revert back to beef because of my blood. All right, let's see here. He said, Pat said, you could lose a lot messing with a married woman. You're right. But you got to also think about it. Like these younger girls, don't even know why they got married. For real, for real. Most of them going to end up divorced anyway. So ain't nothing wrong with just getting her name. You get caught fucking around, that's a different ball game. But ain't nothing wrong with using her for bait. Because if she's good looking and you could just hide by and she may walk past you and say, what's up? That's going to trigger all the other girls in the gym too. But you got to be smooth, all right? You got to be smooth. They can't see you talking to her. Y'all can't be having conversation. It's hi, hey, what's up? And keep it going. Don't worry, other girls will see it, but keep the other haters in there. Them hating ass niggas will get you caught up. For real, for real. All right, let's see here. Any more questions? Albie keep coming with a whole bunch of questions. He says, how do you think of convertibles? Getting my first car soon, Volkswagen Golf convertible. If that's what you want, I'm not really a convertible dude. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, I like the sun to hit me, but realistically, like all of my cars are pretty much decked out, but I'm not that, hey, this is me, I'm inside. I don't really like, when it comes to the sun just beaming on me, I don't really like that. I like to be back. You see how like I like this type of view. I don't like the convertible type of view. I like this view. I like here. I like the rain hitting it. You know what I'm saying? I like running around like this while I feel better this way. I'm not really a convertible guy, but I have a lot of friends who have convertible. He says, I'm a Gemini male born on 25th, 2001. What zodiac will I match well with? Right now, it all depends on what age you are, but in my opinion, if you're looking for a perfect match, I would probably have to say another Gemini, a Libra, and if you just want to have fun, a Leo. Leos are just for fun, trust me. Geminis get Leos very well for some reason. Leos love a damn Gemini for some reason. But Leos are only good for flings. They're not good for relationships. So if you're looking for a perfect Gemini match, it's going to be between the Gemini and the Libra. Me, I'm with a Pisces, and I like my relationship. We grew into what we are now. We've been together for a while. We've compromised. We've came to a head. I know the family. She knows my family. It's different. You feel what I'm saying? Although I'm telling you to go with a Libra, I am with a Pisces. But you cannot get a Pisces until you work out the delusional side. Pisces women and Pisces men are totally different. Pisces men learn way faster than the Pisces woman. I could tell you that. So I'm with Pisces woman, but it took time to pull her out of La La Land and bring her into reality. And as a Gemini, you know, we could be raw and uncut. He said he's 21. Man, don't even worry about it at this point. You 21, get your money. Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. It don't matter. It don't matter. If you 21, stop worrying about what you think. Stop looking for love. At 21, get money and experiment. All right. Perfect match for Scorpio. I don't know, bro. Somebody submissive. I'm not really like, I don't really like Scorpios are there, but Scorpios and Geminis don't get along at all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a bad recipe. Scorpios are normally good with what? Virgos? Question, can you explain why people still use the N-word? Just want to understand. You have to understand this. Niggas in Ethiopia were rulers. That's the name of the rulers. If you look up niggas, the word means ruler of Ethiopia. Okay, when slaves were sold to the British, okay, the fastest way to get the slaves to listen to them was to say the word niggas, because the word niggas mean ruler of Ethiopia. The slave trade started in Ethiopia. So understand, saying the word niggas transitioned into nigger whenever it got to South America. Why? Because Negro means black and Latino. Are we making sense here? Niggas is a ruler of Ethiopia. Go Google it right now. Ruler of Ethiopia is called a niggas. Okay, black and Latino is called Negro. The slave trade was never in America. The slave trade was in South America. It was in Latin America. This is why you have Brazilians and so many breakdowns of Latin America. You go to South America, Brazilian, Venezuelans, Colombians, Cubans, they're all on the same damn continent. But it was separated through black and Latino skin. That's what you have to realize. Latinos are Italians and black people together. The slave trade was in South America. This is why black people continue to say the word niggas, because it's been around since existence. It's a natural word that happens. That's what you got to realize. Look it up right now. Niggas is ruler of Ethiopia. Negro is black and Latino. All right? When you say black in Spanish, it means it's Negro. So you have to understand, black people have always been following this word. And all they did was just take it and make it cool. That's the only thing that happened. You have to study how the brain has been programmed to do certain things. A lot of black people, you call them a Negro. It's like, what do you mean you calling me a Negro? Negro means black in fucking Spanish. That's how you got the fucking name. Because the slave trade was in South America. It was never in America. Columbus never stepped foot in America. He discovered South America. Y'all got to start understanding why this shit happens and why things are happening in the world. And that's why black people continue to call each other niggas. It's because they were used to saying the shit in Ethiopia, because you had to call the ruler of Ethiopia niggas. Where did the slave trade start? Ethiopia. All right? It's all psychological, bro. Everything is psychological. All right, let's see here. All right, we got any other questions after that? All right, look like I'm on my way up to 2 hours. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to get on up off the live. I want to thank Johnny coming through, saving a life today on the chat. Even though you other guys, y'all donate during the week. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Big shout outs to everybody that do normally donate, that didn't donate today. I still show you guys love, and when you do it not. And give a big shout outs to my man Keandre. Definitely big shout outs to Jared, 20-year recovery. Ingus, Atlas 93, XL Pro. Big shout outs to XL Pro. He be over there at Angry Man channel. Y'all get over there, holler at Angry Man as well. Ross Peru, Albie, big shout outs to you. Even though you come up in here with all these motherfucking questions, Unvaccinated Midtown, he's always in here as well. Let me see if I can find some other regulars in here. Johnny came through today. Hand sanitizer, that's another one that's always in here. Ross Peru's in here. Enos, Atlas 3, I got y'all already. Jared. Marco Folson, he been fucking with me for a while. Wow. Let's see here. And I think that's it. We got all our regulars in here today. Definitely got all the regulars in. But the hero of the day is definitely going to go to Johnny. Johnny showed the most love today. Johnny's the baller right now. Johnny got married women at the gym trying to get with him. Johnny, be careful, bro. I've seen the gym destroy a lot of lives, nigga. I done seen it, bro. All right, Silver Lion says, just hitting you before I work today. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody that's coming out. I'm probably getting ready to... All right, I may come through on the live later. Listen, this is what I want you to do. If y'all want me to go live later on, start sending me subjects in this comment. Whatever you want me to go live on, let's start sending that out. Matter of fact, I'm just going to put a community post out. What do you want me to talk about this afternoon if I decide to go live? All right? Once again, I want to thank everybody that donated in the top of the hour. My man Johnny came through and saved the fucking day. My man. All right? Comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to leave this up. Hasta la